Yo, Jadis, what's up, buddy? Welcome in. Oh, yeah. Ron, what's up, pal? Paul. Leo Torres, what's up, bud? GC, what's up, man? Thanks for tuning in. Ashton, what's up? Silver and Blacksmith. Al Fargo. What's up, boys and girls? Maybe the off season, but we got lots to talk about. Thanks for tuning in, Murph.
Hey, welcome to the Fan Cave.
You were in your other fan cave right there.
Yeah, I was.
Pineapple.
Hey, congratulations, Pineapple.
Dude, yeah. Ashton says, bro, this is the best podcast ever.
Oh,
Thank you,
what's up,
Ashton.
Ash? What's up, buddy? Thank you for jumping in.
Kevin the Raider Nerd. What's up, buddy?
What's up, Kevin?
Wedding day is getting close, bud.
Oh, my gosh. You got any cold Mando feet there, Kevin?
Hell no, man. This is the way.
Darn right it is. Oh, my gosh. That new book of Boba Fett, bro.
I haven't seen the first episode, man.
What?
I'm falling behind, dude.
Oh, get on that, dude. It's so freaking good.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to... let's do Raiders Fan Radio.
You want to do that?
Yeah, let's do that.
Jackpot, baby. Raiders Fan Radio.
Oakland, L.A., Oakland, Vegas, Raider Nation, wherever, forever. You got your old Uncle Mosh and Raiders Fan Radio from Murph's Man Cave, taking a lighter journey into the dark side. Sit back, put your feet up, pop a top, and enjoy the ride. Here we go!
Look left, look right, look at the top, a leaping top, touchdown!
We miss you, we love you, and we'll see you in the Hall of Fame.
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing: just win, baby.
Way up the middle, intercepted Filipiano at the 50, time running down. Oakland football, and I think Oakland victory.
The Oakland Raiders have scored on the most zany, unbelievable, absolutely impossible dream of a play.
Well, I love this team. I think this team can win. I think this team can win.
You are listening live to Raiders Fan Radio, hosted by Murph, Uncle Mosh, and Swag Jeff. Take it away, guys.
Why, thank you, Brent Musburger, and welcome into episode number 237 of Raiders Fan Radio. Thank you so very, very much for joining us here live tonight in what we call Murph's Fan Cave, the palatial rebel. So the palatial, I had Star Wars on the brain. The palatial rebel. I did it again.
You did it twice.
The show is called Raiders Fan Radio, for crying out loud, Swag Jeff.
Oh my
so in the palatial Raiders Fan Radio studios.
Don't say rebel.
No, you know why? Because I'm stealing that line.
Are you?
Stealing that line from the guys at Rebel Force Radio, because they say that the palatial Rebel Force Radio studio, and so I'm trying to steal that and make it our own, and I failed miserably.
Yeah.
So props to and shout out there to Jason Swank and Jimmy Mack for holding it down. There you go. Let's do that. Okay, start over again. Welcome into the Palatial Murph's Fan Cave Studios, where we do a little show called Raiders Fan Radio. I am your buddy Murph. I'm hosting the show tonight, and I appreciate you joining us live tonight, and everybody that's joining us live on the YouTubes. That is at youtube.com/Raiders Fan Radio.
America, go to the YouTube right now.
Listen to Feel the Burn, man, and go to freaking the YouTubes and check us out. And you can do that every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific or 7 Eastern, depending on where you're at. And I appreciate all of you joining us live in the chat. And if you're on the audio feed, we appreciate you as well. And you can find that audio podcast just by searching Raiders Fan Radio on any of your favorite podcast services. And hey, if you're an audio guy, hit us up on the YouTubes, hit the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, all that stuff. And if you're a YouTube guy or gal, hit us up on the audio, man. Like, look, we love the help. Whatever platform you listen to us on, share us, listen to us on the other one, because the more the show grows, the more money we make, and the more money we make, the more money we give away, which is 100% of the money we make, to the One Nation Foundation. So please help us do that. So Swag, and welcome my co-host for the night, the amazing, as always, Swag Jeff. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you. And I'm in charge of the button, so I'll give myself a round of applause there.
Yeah, you will.
You know, I got a couple things there.
But wait, I had something to say.
We'll say it.
Okay, so Swag Jeff, you are the social media director for all things online around here. You do an amazing,
sort of, kind of, yeah.
You do an amazing job with the Instagram.
Well, I try.
And the TikToks, and you do an amazing job with the YouTube, the sharing, and the liking, and all the things that you do online.
Yeah, all the stuff I do.
I'm gonna ask for a call to action, not only for you, but for our amazing Raiders Fan Radio listeners. We've been stuck on like 3,600 subscribers for a while. Let's get that thing to $4,000.
Dude,
let's go to $4,000. And what else do you got to do this offseason, Raider Nation?
Absolutely.
Tell a friend, make up a brand new email account. We don't care how you do it, but let's get that subscriber list up to 4,000, because again, the more money we make, the more attention we get. The algorithm feeds itself. It's a whole crazy thing. It's way bigger than my brain can comprehend.
Yeah.
But all I know is at the end of the day, we get more money, and then we give that to the One Nation Foundation.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. And it's a foundation that we here at Raiders Fan Radio have put together to donate to different Raider charities, such as XOXO Stabler, the Bolitnikoff Foundation. I think we've said a couple times on the show we're trying to maybe get involved with Darren Waller's Foundation.
That's right.
Marcus Mariota's or Derek Carr's. I mean, there's all sorts of ones that we would love to be a part of. So get us to 4,000, man. If we get, this is what we're going to do. If we get to 4,000 by the time we hit summer, for the Summer of Swag 2.0,
oh, nice.
You know, we're in charge of getting all the swag for that. You know, you're looking at the bank getting all that stuff. You know, Murph and I kind of take turns and we just buy that stuff and throw it into the pot right there. And hey, man, if we get to 4,000, we're going to have something really fun and special to do. We've got a few ideas in the works right now. It's going to be cool. If you thought Summer of Swag was cool last year, just get ready, man.
Just get ready, man.
Get ready.
I appreciate that, and thank you for saying that, because, yeah, we're going to have some fantastic things to give away.
Absolutely.
And, it was autographed bottles of Intercept wine, whatever, all the different kind of merch and things and things that you see that we give away.
Absolutely.
And we'll just give that stuff away randomly, too. If you help us get to, and here's the thing, too, is that even if, like, you're like, Murph, I've told everybody that I've ever met that's a Raider fan that would care to listen to the show. I told them about it. I've done everything I possibly could. Then all we ask you that you do, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and comment. Like all the amazing comments that go on live, incredible. Thank you for all of those. After the show's over, make a comment, because, again, it all feeds that algorithm.
And you can say something nice and long and whatever, or you can say just F you, we don't like you. Just say something.
Just say something.
Say something, man.
Just say something, or just literally put the word something in there, and that would be fantastic. We would love that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd love that.
So speaking of something, we have a couple somethings in the chat right here. Yeah, so Kevin the Raider Nerd with a $20 donation to the One Nation Foundation says, hope to see you guys in Vegas for the draft. Oh, yeah, and that nerd wedding that he's a part of.
Hey, congratulations, Kevin.
Absolutely. Congratulations, my friend. And then Fargo Raider with a $5 donation says, "This is the way, Sir Raider Nerd." So
right on.
So respect to Fargo as well. Some people were saying the Fargo was on 9:20 a.m. with Q.
Oh,
yeah,
cool,
he got a
man.
call in, so a bunch of people were shouting him out, saying, "Hey, we heard you on the radio." So that's pretty cool. So shout out to Fargo as well. But yes. So
and I talked to Fargo on email this week.
Okay.
And he's going to be sending us some goodies that we're going to try live here in the Fan Cave.
We love that.
We're going to be partaking in some adult beverages and some other snacks.
Good. Well, and so speaking of adult beverages, this
don't
is not,
drink Bud Light next. Is that what you're going to service announcement?
That is exactly what I was going to do.
Sorry.
Thanks for
I'm
stealing my
stealing your
thunder, you
I'm
jackass.
I'm
it's
sorry.
okay.
I'm sorry.
So I'm drinking a Coors Light because before the show, Murph had me try the brand new Bud Light Next, which is zero carb, zero what all's in it there, pal?
Zero flavor.
It is 0 carbs, 80 calories, 4% alcohol, and 100% ass. Please do not drink this. Don't drink this. This is really bad. So if you would like to be like Swag Jeff, just grab a Silver Bullet.
There you go.
Absolutely. So, and we are not sponsored by Coors Light yet.
But we'll clearly take an endorsement from them.
We'll take an endorsement from them.
I'll start drinking beer again just to if Coors Light, if the folks in Golden, Colorado would step to the plate for the One Nation Foundation, I will sell out and start drinking beer again.
Look, man. So we're Raiders fan radio. We're silver and black, and this is the Silver Bullet. So I mean, why not? Why the people at Coors Light? What are you doing? We're made. It says made to chill. So are we, pal.
Nicely done, Jeff.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. So, and at the top of the show, I was going to talk about something.
Yeah, we got to go because we got a quick night tonight.
I know. So you talked about you were trying to steal the stuff from Rebel Force Radio or whatever that was.
I love those guys.
Uncle Mosh would have whipped your ass if you started talking about that with him there. Yeah, absolutely. So introduce the show and then throw it back to me for the episode number.
All right. So you know what I would say to Uncle Mosh?
What would you say? Well, there you go.
All right. So the chat room says booty sweat. I hope that wasn't me when I got up to go get that thing. I hope they're talking about the flavor of the of the Bud Light Next.
You know what? I think that's probably what it is.
It gets a little steamy here in the fan cave.
Paul says it's ass in a can.
Okay, all right. So it's not me. All right. So I'm self-conscious, so you never know what it's hotter in a fan. I got to turn the fan on.
Yeah, you do.
All right. Let's shout out the chat and then let's hit the contact info and then let's get into the show.
Okay, so B. Al is in there, Raider Gears and Thread, Atticus B. Rockin', Daniel Mengus, Kill Jadis, Fargo Raider, Matthew Mengus, Paul is in there, Lencho's in there, Pineapple's in there, Ron the Mater Raider's in there, let's see, Michelle Sweat's in there, we've got the whole crew, man, and so before we jump into the proper show, every episode number, Swag Jeff...
Oh, you got a thing to do.
Yeah.
Sorry. See, I'm slacking.
We're doing a quick show, but
it's for those of you that don't know, which is all of you, because only Jeff knows this because he sits across from me and was here. I had a pipe bust in the house today.
Yeah.
So like the plumber's on his way here, so we got to get this thing short because we got to get the plumbers in there to fix the pipe.
Yeah, you do.
Anyways, there you go.
Yeah, you do. So we're trying to do a quicker show because we got people coming into the fan cave to do all that stuff, but we're not going to skip a fun part of the show.
No, we can't.
So every episode number, Swag Jeff takes a significant moment in Raider Nation. And relates it back to the episode number. And this episode number is 237.
Nice.
Yeah. And so we're going to be going back to the year 1978.
Ooh, that's a good one.
The last year of John Madden as our head coach. But we're going to be highlighting someone that is near and dear to your heart.
Stabler.
Snake, baby.
Let's
Snake.
go.
So in 1978, Kenny Stabler threw for 2,944 yards, 16 touchdowns, and leading the Raiders to a 9-7 season. Kenny Stabler completed 237 passes in 1978.
Nicely done, Swag Jeff.
Well, yeah.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Love that. Love a good Kenny stat. And only to one up a Kenny stat are contributions to the One Nation Foundation.
Absolutely.
Thank you to Aaron the Q-Dog Raider for his 1911. He says, congrats to Kevin the Raider Nerd. See y'all at the draft 22. Absolutely. We will see you there, Capo. Thank you so much for that kind donation. And also Daniel Mangus with a $10 donation. Shout out the greatest halftime show ever.
Strong.
Bold claim there.
Strong.
I'm going to agree it was way up there on my list.
It's better than they've had in 10 to 15 years.
A long time. Blew the freaking weekend out of the water. That's certainly for sure.
Who?
Exactly. Phenomenal. I would say, trying not to be a prisoner of recency or in the moment, my second favorite halftime show. But because there's always one that always it dominates the conversation.
Sure.
And you tell them who it is because I know we agree on this.
Prince.
It's Prince.
It's Prince.
Prince in the effing, almost cursed, in the effing rain. Prince
Prince
God
is the greatest,
put on the greatest halftime show of all time.
Show in all of Super Bowl history.
Absolutely. Does not knock at any means or any bit the greatness of Dre and Snoop and Eminem. That was phenomenal. But it's Prince. That's the answer to the question.
Prince. Absolutely.
Woo! Hey, Raider Nation! You got your old Uncle Mosh here with an updated contact info. So sit up, zip up, shut up, and pay attention. You can call us at 909-345-3346, or as Murph would say it, 909-345-3346. How about emailing me? You want to email me? Email me.
Email me.
Show at RaidersFanRadio.com. Or what about reaching out to us on some of that social media stuff Swaggy likes?
Swaggy likes it.
Try Facebook at Raiders Fan Radio Podcast. The Twit at Twitter at Raiders Fan Radio. Insta something. Instagram at Raiders Fan Radio.
The ticky-ticky-tacky-tack.
TikTok at Raiders Fan Radio. Or what about the Twitch? Some of you out there twitching.
Hey.
Anyway, Twitch at Raiders Fan Radio. Or if you don't like that, go to the YouTube. America, go to the YouTube. YouTube.com/Raiders Fan Radio. Oh my God, if that wasn't enough, go to your podcast provider and search Raiders Fan Radio. Holy crap, that was a lot.
Yeah, it was. Good.
Oh, nice
good one, pal.
Dude. We nailed that one. There
we did. So speaking of nailing it, there's a couple people in the chat. Hey. Tyler Raider, $10 donation to the One Nation Foundation. All love and respect are for our family. Tyrone Graves, a $5 donation, says greetings and salutation. Fine ladies and gentlemen of the Silver and Black Raider Nation. Great tribute to Coach Madden at the Black Hole. Absolutely.
Awesome,
and that's a perfect way to get into our respect segment.
Absolutely. Thank you all so very, very much. And although we don't have anything to give away tonight, know that 100% of that money goes to the One Nation Foundation. We appreciate you. Goal is $20,000 this year. I just had this little quick text conversation with our buddy Alex over at Bussin' with the Boys today.
Yeah.
And he asked about the pod, and I told him that, pod was going great, and absolutely that we were looking to raise $20,000 this year. And
well, he needs to speak on behalf of Will and donate about 15 girls.
Hey, let's go.
What I'm talking about?
Let's go. Be a wolf. Throw in the pot.
Hey, if you call yourself a wolf, be a wolf.
Well, hey, let's go.
You know what I mean?
Go. Challenge.
Yeah.
All right. So appreciate you joining us here. And so let's get into this thing. So look, here at the top of the show, we don't do props. We don't do shout outs. There's nothing wrong with those things, but we're at time. We like to give respect.
Hey.
And so look, we've given a lot of respect to this guy here lately, and probably, well, not even probably, we never will stop giving respect to this guy because he is the greatest coach in the Raiders history until Josh McDaniels rattles off 3 state championships.
Hey. Okay.
Dare to dream.
Deal.
Yeah, man.
Sign me up for that.
Let's go. But yeah, we're going to give Coach Madden a lot of respect because there was an amazing, I don't want to call it an event. It was an amazing celebration of life for Coach Madden that happened this last week. And look, for an old school Oakland Raider fan, and even anybody, and when I say that, you don't have to be older age-wise. You just have to understand, or at least have an awareness or a reverence for what the Oakland Raiders were and what John Madden meant to the Oakland Raiders franchise, what he meant to the building of that franchise, what he meant to the city of Oakland, like all the things. I mean, what he meant to the Bay Area as a whole. But if you have an awareness of that, then I consider you an old school Raider fan. I don't care if you're 20 years old or you're 55 or 70, it doesn't matter. Point being, though, is that you have to have at least a reference point, because this was the most Oakland Raider thing that has happened in a very long time, and the perfect way to honor and celebrate and to lift up the amazing life of John Madden. So it took place on basically midfield on the baseball diamond there of the Oakland Coliseum, And this was a nationally televised event. It was on NFL Network. It was hosted by Tom Rinaldi of Fox Sports, that's the guy that produced the Madden special that came out on Christmas.
Yep.
And they had a whole multitude of guests. They had fans in attendance. And it was a very, very well done event. And again, I call it an event, whatever it was, gathering and just
celebration.
It was such a beautiful celebration, man. And so anyways, so I've got some clips for you. So first off, of course, respect to John Madden, but respect to Virginia Madden, that was her, and you'll hear her, so I'm not stealing her thunder. You're going to hear her later talk on this, that this is where she wanted it to be. Respect to everybody that came out, all the fans that came out, respect to everybody that spoke on behalf of John Madden. Like, again, like, you can't get more. So as a Raider fan, like, yes, they celebrated the entirety of his life, but we're going to focus on the Raidery things, which was most of this thing. And so, gosh, it was just so incredible. And so much respect, much props. And so let's check in the first clip that I've got here. And this is Tom Rinaldi kind of introing the event.
We want to welcome everybody to a very special night. What we hope is a night for memory and appreciation, for reflection and for tribute. One more Monday night in Oakland, a celebration of John Madden, the majesty of his life and legacy. I'm Tom Rinaldi from Fox Sports. We are thrilled that you're going to spend your Valentine's Day evening, as it should be, in a celebration of love for all of us here gathered together in memory of John Madden.
All right, so there we go. So there's the opening line, and then it breaks right into from Tom. It goes into basically this beautiful panel of people, and it starts off with an absolute legendary Raider, and we're talking about Henry Lawrence. And this is awesome to me. And the reason I pulled just a handful of different clips. The reverence that players had for John Madden is absolutely unmatched in terms of, I think, in the history of sports, and especially in the NFL. And when you listen to Henry, and I've cut up some of this too, so it's not, if you go back and watch it, if you haven't seen it yet. But this is amazing. He talks about one of his darkest times. This is actually, he talks about something, that was relatively negative in his life, was when he was on the outs with Madden. And what did he do to rectify that? And it's a beautiful message, not only about his relationship with Madden, but it's a beautiful message around like forgiveness as a whole and having grace. And this is fantastic. So anyways, let's check in with the big man, legendary Raider, Henry Lawrence.
Absolute Raider great. Super Bowl rings, 13 seasons, and a member of the very first All-Madden team. Would you please welcome Henry Lawrence?
Good evening. I could not stand here and not take the opportunity to say that Coach John Madden was a giant, not just among men, but among everyone. He was a man that could relate to the little guy and the big guy. And he didn't pull the punches. He was real. We had a dark period that was the darkest part of my NFL because we had a blow up. And my roommate, Morris Bradshaw, told me, y'all to talk to him, and I didn't get a chance to. And we had a blow up on the field, so we didn't speak. We said, hey, and I couldn't stand it. So I just want to mention that no man is too great or too big to ask for forgiveness. And no man is too big or too great to give it. Well, I went in the middle of Coach Madden's meeting, and I said, Coach, I got to talk to you. He jumped up and said, yeah. So I said, Coach, you got to forgive me. He said, oh, don't forget. He said, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. I know what I'm saying. He said, you're like a son to me. You could be great. He said, my boys look at you like your brother. And I said, Coach, I got it. And we were back to normal. And I had to tell that because that was the darkest period of my NFL career. Not a game, but it was just that personal relationship that we had. And I want to say to somebody out there, you need to say, forgive me too, or forgive, please do it. Because time, we don't know how much we got.
Dude.
Wow.
Isn't that powerful?
That's amazing.
I mean, that just speaks to not only the character, well, obviously of Henry Lawrence, who's telling the story, but of Coach Madden as well, man. Like, Coach Madden tells him, you're like a son to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this just, oh, gosh, it gives me freaking chills. All right, so beautiful message there from Henry Lawrence. And he goes on to sing, and it's just like, this whole thing is like an hour and a half. Like, we distilled it down to some sound bites, but please, if you haven't seen it or heard it, go out and watch it. All right, so next up, this is cool. So I've got the players on Madden. So these are, you want to talk about Raider legends. So listen to this. I'm going to give you the rundown here, Swag. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
Mike Ciani, Ron Mix, Al Davis, Gus Otto, Phil Villapiano, Mark Van Egan, Gene Upshaw, Fred Biletnikoff, Lester Hayes, Pete Banaszak, Morris Bradshaw, Kenny freaking Stabler, George Atkinson, Terry Robisky, and Art Shell. These are the voices you're going to hear talking about the absolute legend of Coach Madden. And this just, man, I'm telling you, if this don't get you as a Raider fan, I don't know what would.
My first impression of John was a gentle giant with a personality.
Hey, throw the damn flag!
John Madden really had a commanding presence. He was humorous, he was bright, he was intense. He was everything you could ever want in a coach.
He was great with players. He wanted to win, and he believed in the Raiders. He believed in silver and black.
He had the right attitude. He was smart. He was a very good technique guy. And he knew what he was doing. That's the key.
There's not many coaches. You can't find one that looked and acted like John Madden.
Hey, Johnson, get in the huddle!
On the sidelines, up and down, trying to get a referee's attention. Get over here!
You don't even watch your time, you sit back there and just throw it! You ever call one on them?
There was no doubt when he was getting upset. The world knew it.
He was just so animated, verbally, physically, and in every way.
Don't get excited, John. Relax.
But that was John. He got more excited than the players.
He had the passion and the fire. He could psych you up by just talking to you. It fired us up. Loved him.
But he had a soft side to him, too. He cared about his players. He loved his players.
Coach Madden had 3 rules.
When I talk, nobody talks.
Be on time and go like hell when I ask you to.
No hair codes, no dress codes, no curfews. He gave us a lot of room to be the kind of player that we wanted to be on the field, be the kind of person we wanted to be off the field.
Great mentor. He would say the right thing to me before a game and set me off.
Let's start off and stay after the whole game. Let's go!
He knew what buttons to push on each guy to motivate him.
I've always said that John's strong suit as a coach was not X's and O's, but his strong suit was the way that he handled us and communicated with us and kept us going in the right direction.
He understood each player as they were, the person that they were.
He loved everybody. He pulled for everybody. He worked for everybody. And he had no problem helping anybody. He was just a phenomenal person.
John helped raise us. He was a lineman at heart. I love John Madden. John was great for us. He was for the players. He would do anything for the players.
All right, there it is. Isn't that amazing, dude?
That's incredible.
Like, what
man.
incredible voices, man. Like, hearing from, like, you're talking about, I mean, these are the greatest of the greats, man.
Yes,
for the Raiders.
100%.
And so, yeah, so great stuff there, and appreciate the reverence from the players. And again, if a lot of folks in the chat are talking about, like, they were watching it, if they were tearing up, and like, yeah, like, that's the kind of stuff you get teary about.
Of
like,
course.
I mean, like, you know, that's the stuff that hits you right in the feels. All right, so to go from the serious notes to the more lighthearted approach, which is what we do around here at Raiders Fan Radio, which is a lighter side journey into the dark side, as we say. So let's check in with multiple Fat of the Week award winner.
Oh my gosh! In the Hall of Fame of Fat of the Week.
He's
the Hall of Fat.
A doctor. What do you call it? A charter member?
Oh,
he's a charter member of the Fat of the Week Hall of Fame. And that is Bacon Boy himself, Andy Reid. And so listen, this is amazing. So Andy Reid, who is again, you know, he's a big buddy of John Madden. So and so was Mariucci and all these other people that were there. And so it made sense to have Andy Reid there. But look, there's a little thing called baggage that comes along with Andy Reid. And I'm not talking about his caboose. I'm talking about the idea he's a Kansas City Chiefs head coach.
Right.
All right. Our arch rival, the team that we hate the most.
Yeah.
And I told you at the top of this thing that there was some fans in attendance. So don't you know, God bless Oakland Raider fan that was there. They let Andy Reid know what house they were in.
An NFL Coach of the Year, a Super Bowl champion, the head coach of the Kansas City Chiefs and a dear friend of John Madden's. Please welcome Andy Reid.
Listen to this. This is beautiful.
I'm glad I'm out of spitting distance.
Yes.
It's great to be in the black hole.
Oh, God bless you, Oakland Raider fan.
My
That's
gosh,
so
that's
I love
great.
that one. That's always the last dude to go, Raiders!
Oh, yeah.
There's always that one guy, man, at the end.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. Well done, sir. Whoever you were, man. We heard you loud and clear, and so did everybody else watching NFL Network. So Andy Reid got his comeuppance for sure for heading out there. But all right, I saved the best for last. This is my absolute favorite moment of this entire thing. The angel, freaking Virginia Madden, John's wife, who made a monstrous donation based on all the money that was raised there that night.
Yeah.
I forget what foundation it was that they were donating for, but it was a local Oakland or community thing.
Oh, that's great.
Fantastic. But listen to what she has to say. This is, again, I'm not even going to set it up. I'm just going to play it for you and just relish in the glory of this woman's words. This is so good.
Virginia, the natural question to ask, what does it mean to you to be in this space, in this stadium, on this field again?
Everything in the world. It means so much. When John passed, I said, I want to have a gathering at the Coliseum. I know he's up there, and I know he's smiling down on all of his players that are here, and all of you people, the fans that supported him for so many years. John believes in the town of Oakland. He believed in the Coliseum. Most of all, he believed in the Raiders. I believe in the Raiders. The Oakland Raiders.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oakland needs a football team. You better ask me some more questions because I'm on a roll.
Wow. Isn't that amazing, dude?
Oh my gosh.
You hadn't heard that yet, have you?
No,
Isn't that incredible?
Oh my gosh, that's so good. I mean, I wish we could answer her wishes of getting another team back in Oakland.
I
but,
know, right?
You know,
I think those days are long gone.
Those days are long gone because there ain't going to be another team that's going to go to Oakland.
No, not after all. No, because you got to deal with the city of Oakland,
right?
And that's the thing and that's what I won't make a whole big conversation.
Well,
point
that's
about
the
it
reason why we're in Las Vegas.
Yeah, and it's not Oakland fan. Like there's so many like Oakland Raiders fans, which you know, guilty of, like, you know what I mean, like from the Bay Area, and it doesn't mean that it's not a ranking system because there's so many amazing Los Angeles or Southern California Raider fans. There's Raider Nation is global, as we learned with this show, so it's not a ranking system. But ultimately, Oakland Raider fan is some of the most passionate Raider fans that exist.
Oh my
And
gosh.
it wasn't the fans' fault. It was a stupid freaking bureaucracy of politicians that kept the Raiders from being there still. And Virginia recognizes that. And so she's right. Unfortunately, it will never happen at this point. But, and they're going to lose the freaking city of. Oh, I'm going to stop. But I'm going to say that city of Oakland is going to lose the Warriors, the Raiders, and the A's. What's the common denominator there? It ain't the teams. Like, just think of it like that. All right, let's move on. All right, more respect, Jeff.
Yes.
Let's give respect where respect is due, and number 21 Speed Kills deserves all of our respect. There's a hint of me that's a little salty at the Hall of Fame, just like I was when Kenny got in, that you waited a little bit too long to get the man in.
Yep.
I'm going to set aside my little, gripe about that.
Sure.
And let's celebrate the idea that Cliff Branch is finally inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Let's go.
Deservedly so. And if you're familiar enough with our show, you've heard us rattle off the stats. You've heard our rants. You've heard our spit takes, everything around Cliffy. So we're going to leave our opinions aside because you've heard them already. And we're going to get into the opinions of those that are his peers, which is way more interesting than our opinion. So let's get into first the announcement. This came at the NFL Honors where they announced the MVPs and all that good stuff. And let's listen to Derek Brooks announce Cliff Branch as an entrant to the 2022 Hall of Fame.
This all-pro receiver was a regular season star and a postseason hero, a three-time champion, a deep threat for the ages, and a Raider for life. Cliff Branch. Here representing Cliff Branch is his sister, Elaine Anderson.
All right, so there he is. So there's Cliff Branch getting inducted into the Pro Football Hall, or at least announced induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. But as I mentioned, let's check in with his peers. And these aren't, like we heard with Coach Madden, we heard from exclusively Raider players. Let's check in with basically everybody that not only were his teammates, but played against him. You're going to hear from guys like Mel Blount and like Kenny Easley, and like you're going to hear from a lot of players that played on the other side of the ball from Cliff and had to compete against him. And the amount of reverence is just incredible that they speak of the man and of the player. And so let's check in with Cliff and what his peers had to say about him.
The guy was just a nightmare to cover.
He said it verbally, "You're not going to cover me."
If that guy was playing today, he would blow the top off the record book.
You either have it or you don't have it. Well, Cliff had it.
When he came on the field, people were totally scared of him.
He's a Hall of Famer, period.
Deep to the end zone to Branch. It is caught by Branch. Touchdown Raider. Clifford Branch running a toe dancing up pattern down the right sideline. The 10. Touchdown Raiders. Branch makes a touchdown catch Raiders. That was an incredible play.
There's a lot of guys in the Hall of Fame, including myself, and the way Cliff played overshadows a lot of us.
That's why he belongs in the conversation with the rest of the guys.
Art Monk, Lynn Swann, Steve Largent, John Stallworth. No one had what Cliff had.
Throwing a deep bomb, going to Branch against Livers. Livers knocks it down. Branch catches it. Touchdown Raiders.
When you were in front of him, there was fear there.
I always gave him 13 yards of cushion, and even that wasn't enough.
You had the game plan for number 21 because if you didn't, you were going to go home a loser.
He made defenses change what they wanted to do.
Branch came out of the slot, made a move to the inside, and turned out, forcing Haynes to pick him up.
They call it creating space, changing the dimension of the defense.
They can't come out and put 8 people on the line because then all of a sudden you're man-to-man, and they didn't like that man-to-man against Cliff.
No matter how great a defense you are, there are going to be holes. There are going to be gaps in your defense.
He's the man that scares you when he leaves the line of scrimmage.
Love to see this kind of pattern. It's almost impossible to stop.
That gave me other opportunities when they were double covering him, go to the other receivers. So he really opened up the field just being Cliff.
He was going against our best guy, and he could light it up from anywhere on the field.
He changed the game in the way the game was played as a wide receiver. People start going out and looking for speed and looking for guys like Cliff Branch.
Going for Branch. Oh, and what a spectacular catch.
What he contributed to the Oakland Raiders was unbelievable.
He's been in so many playoff games, Super Bowls.
The stage never got too big for him.
Going deep to Branch up the left side, head-and-head battle. And he makes a diving catch at the 30. He gets up, nobody's touching. Touchdown Raiders!
There's a guy that can play during the regular season. Then there are guys who understand how to take it up and rise up to another level, because we're not playing for a regular season game. We're playing for the diamonds.
Branch catches it! Touchdown Raiders! Holy Toledo!
Oh my gosh, I love that. So there at the end, you hear Ronnie Lott say, "We're playing for the diamonds." Like, and that's a Clipper, 3-time Super Bowl champion.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm saving the rant, but yes, I'm so thankful that Cliff is in, and of course, you heard it from again some of the all-time greats about why he is in, and deservedly so. All right, but listen, it's one thing to hear from us, Swag Jeff.
Yeah.
It's another thing to hear from Cliff's peers.
Of course.
But what about Cliff on Cliff?
Cliff on Cliff.
Let's listen to Cliff on Cliff, man.
As a kid, you have dreams and want to be a professional athlete. I couldn't be more blessed to be in an organization that's going to throw the football.
Throwing the bomb for Branch. Touchdown Raiders!
And most defensive back feared of my speed because I could run by people pretty easily. It's been a fulfilling dream. It's been a foundation for me to grow as a man and to have a great career.
Throwing the bomb to Branch.
I mean, winning a championship is what you play any sports for. It's been my life. It's been the ultimate thing for me to be a part of, and I've been really blessed and honored to be an Oakland Raider.
Oh my gosh, one of the absolute greats, man.
My gosh,
I'm telling
yes.
you, like if I'll just say this: if you need a new jersey, go to RaidersFanRadio.com/gear.
Yep.
Click the link there to go to Fanatics and get you a Cliff Branch jersey.
Yeah, you might have to make one yourself, but yeah, get you some of that, bro.
Get you a Cliffy, man. Let's do that. And again, and we get a nice little kickback from Fanatics, so just know that that kickback will go to the One Nation Foundation.
Yeah.
And honor Cliffy, man, like that, because you can't go wrong getting a Cliffy jersey.
No,
you
he's a Hall of Famer now.
He's a Hall of Famer, man. Like
Yep.
he's not going to go to another team.
Nope.
You know what I mean? Like Fargo Raider in there with a $4.99 donation.
Yeah, I was
Appreciate
going to
you.
shout out all those
Please,
all those recent ones.
Catch us up then, Swagger.
Yeah, Fargo with a $5 donation, Julian Cardenas with a $5 donation, and a little guy called Swag Jeff with a $20 donation to the One
thanks,
Nation
Swaggo.
Foundation. Yeah,
Let's
I
go.
put on there. We giving anything away tonight? I want 2 poker chips.
We're just giving away smiles around here, man,
Yeah, we
as
are.
Raider fans, because we can celebrate not only
gosh,
Coach
yes.
Madden's life and Cliff's life, but now the Cliff's induction to the Hall of Fame. Fargo says, I was born in L.A. Raider, saw my first game in the town as an Oakland Raider fan, went to my first opener as a Las Vegas Raider fan, Branch Hall of Fame 2022. Right on, man.
Nice.
That's legit. Appreciate you, Josh, Fargo Raider. And
I'm waiting for the people to come out with the Branch 2022 Hall of Fame shirts, because we'll be getting those for sure. And if not, you know what? Maybe we'll make one.
You know what? We might need to make a Speed Kills 2021 or Speed Kills 22.
Speed Kills 22.
Something. We'll workshop it.
We'll play it.
That'll be
we'll
fun.
play with it.
And also talk to our buddy Rich Schmelter, who's a fantastic contributor here to Raiders Fan Radio. He's up in Ohio, and so we talked about maybe getting together for a little bit of a thing for Cliff's induction this year. So we missed the one last year with Flores and Woodson, and so we had some stuff come up, couldn't make it. Hopefully we can make it to Cliffy's. That would be
awesome.
Yeah. All right. So next up, I got to tell you, Swag Jeff, I'm gonna share a little confessional here.
Share it.
I know once a Raider, always a Raider.
Okay.
I get it. When Cliff was announced, melts perfect. Like we knew it was coming, but you know all the feels. Richard Seymour was announced, didn't move my meter. Alive and well for the Richard Seymour days. I really didn't budge. Like I get he was a great player. I get that his stats were pretty much on par with the Raiders as they were with the Patriots. Came along with an awful losing record and an awful dysfunctional football team, though. So was that his fault per se? No, but I'll tell you this. I came around, and there was one audio clip that brought me all the way around, and it allowed me to appreciate him as a Raider because, yes, once a Raider, always a Raider, but there are plenty of once a Raider, always a Raiders that have come through and worn the silver and black that don't embody it. Warren Sapp, Randy Moss, same era, right?
Yep.
Richard Seymour. And as a fan, my perception of him was always of that he got traded away just on the other side of his prime, which is what the Patriots do. And he came to the Raiders with an awful high price tag, and him and Tom and Kelly did some good things on the interior, but far from the results ultimately in the win column that we were looking for. So as a fan, I was a little underwhelmed when Richard Seymour was announced. That said, in fairness to the man, this is a fantastic audio bite, and I'm curious, chat room, because we get immediate feedback from the chat room.
We've already got a cool one before we play the clip. Storm says Seymour was a Raider. He got in more for the Pats, but he did punch Big Ben, and we claim him as an Oakland Raider for that.
Well, he punched him. He spit on him too. So
well, yeah,
yeah. And so for those of you that are on the audio podcast, if you got any feedback you want to share with us, please do that. I'd love to hear that. But chat room, give me your immediate feedback. If you're on the fence like I was, or even on the outs, like frankly I probably was, underwhelmed at a minimum, listen to this and then tell me what your thoughts are.
I often go back to the relationships that I've cultivated over the years. And, I still keep in touch with a lot of my teammates and a lot of coaches there. And, even, me and Mark Davis, speak often just in, just the direction of the organization and that sort of thing. So, for me, I'm really speechless, because football has allotted me so much. And to be here now as a Pro Football Hall of Famer, we'll be in Vegas now. So I'll just come and maybe light the torch with my gold jacket on.
Okay.
Sounds pretty Raidery to me, man.
Sounds Raidery to me.
He's in constant contact. I don't hear him saying I'm hanging out with Bob Kraft and Bill Belichick talking about football.
Yep.
He's talking to Mark Davis. I got tons of respect for that. And so, Richard Seymour, like he cares or he will even ever hear this. But I apologize as a fan for being underwhelmed by your announcement to the Hall of Fame. Once a Raider, always a Raider, and we will be glad to honor you, and you know what I mean, and rep Richard Seymour as he goes into the Hall of Fame in 2022. Sadly, I can't do it with the same amount of reverence that I have for Cliffy.
Well,
but Raiders are Raider, man. We'll be there and we will support it and celebrate it. Capo asked me to look up a message here from Sean Quinn, a.k.a. Bugs Nation. I'm going to read this out. He says, okay. Murph, can we get a shout-out for Daniel? I'm going to mess his last name up. Daniel Young, I'll go with that, from Silver and Black, Sweden, who recently passed. Raider through and through, who traveled to Oakland several times. A huge loss. Believe you met him at the Crab Feed. Brother, we met so many people at the Crab Feed, and so I apologize that I don't remember.
But thoughts and prayers to
off the top of my head. I'm sure that I would, if you showed me the picture of us, I'd be like, "Oh, that guy!" But anyways, yes. But much props and much respect to Daniel, and thank you, Sean, for calling that out. And yeah, man, prayers up and condolences for the family, and yeah. That definitely, when it comes to Raider fandom, once a Raider, always a Raider, certainly. And
absolutely.
So, and much respect to Daniel there. So, all right, Swag Jeff, let's hit an audio bite and let's get into some of these new hires going on with the Raiders.
Hey, Raider Nation, this is Max Crosby from the Oakland Raiders.
And goes down, and Max Crosby, who forced a fumble last week.
You're listening to Murph, Mosh, and Swag Jeff on Raiders Fan Radio. Thank you so much. Just win, baby.
Oops.
Nobody enjoyed a good Donnybrook more than 6
we're done.
Yeah, we're done.
Phil Villapiano.
This is Phil Villapiano, and you're listening to Raiders Fan Radio.
You know what I love, Swag Jeff?
What do you love?
I love it when we get infiltrators.
Oh, okay.
I love it. So I'm even going to call his name out. Savage Sev says, with a bunch of laughing faces, who cares, Raiders suck? So Savage Sev, let me guess. you're a Chiefs fan, you're a Chargers guy, that's usually about the only ones that really show their ass in our chat. But I'll tell you this, Savage Sev, we welcome all comers. Keep it nice in there, and you can come and play here because we know that your team doesn't have fan-created content, and the ones that do fan-created content, the very little that it happens, it's all dog shit. So welcome to our chat, and just play nice, and you can hang out as long as you want.
Thanks for joining. Enjoy your team, whatever it is.
All right. So, Swag Jeff, tell us about these. We've had a lot of activity in the front office and the coaching staff. What's going on, man?
So we highlighted it a little bit last week, and we kind of wanted to break down because there's been a lot of hires since then, since we last talked, and some that we didn't highlight and stuff like that. So obviously, the big names. We hired a new general manager, Dave Ziegler. We hired Champ Kelly, assistant general manager, which that guy should be a GM somewhere.
Oh, totally.
So
got all the bona fides and the resume for it.
So we were able to double dip and basically get 2 general managers. So deal, sign me up for that. And then of course the big splash. We get Josh McDaniels.
Oh, let's go.
We get him, man. So, a guy that, had one stint and, maybe didn't go so well, but this guy was a sought after guy for every offseason that I can remember. This guy has been named as candidate as a head coach all over the NFL. So he decides to call his home Las Vegas, or Las Vegas is home, and we're stoked. But so there's tons of other hires that have been made. So we hired Mick Lombardi.
Mick Lombardi
is our.
Well, it's a great last name.
Absolutely. So offensive coordinator. Josh McDaniels is definitely going to be running the offense.
This is like a Gruden-Olsen kind of dynamic.
Absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely.
Gotcha.
But it works, So he was a former receiver coach with the New England Patriots. So he brings him along.
Shocker.
Brings him along with him. Mick Lombardi played a major role in New England's red zone planning on the offensive side of the ball.
Oh, okay.
Which is fantastic because we didn't have that. And when I mean that, we had no red zone offense.
None.
You know what I mean? We
your
would have
boy
been.
Marcus could have used to get into one of those.
We would have been 14-3 if we had a little better red zone offense. So we bring this guy in, and he follows McDaniels over. That was a huge downfall for us, the red zone. So bringing a guy like that in to kind of help and have 2 minds coming together. But he brought a guy. He brought his guy with him. And it's really cool if you question what are we doing bringing all these guys in? Well, that says something about McDaniels. Because McDaniels is having all these guys follow him. So obviously, McDaniels.
Great call out, Swag Jeff.
This is more This is more than just us talking about, we're bringing the Patriots to the West Coast and all this and that.
It's about the man, not.
It's about the man,
that's
not.
A good call out.
Yeah, dude. That's what I'm saying,
Damn,
man.
That's why you're one of the best co-hosts in the biz, man.
I agree with you.
I would say you're the best, but Mosh would slap the shit out of me if I said otherwise.
Well, he ain't here, so
you're the
and
best.
I didn't even see him in the chat. So
you're the best,
absolutely,
Jeff.
absolutely. So yeah, man. So people are following him because he's a good man and a good coach and has a good plan and a good scheme and all that stuff. So why not bring him? So they decided to bring, Carmen Brasillo. He's our new O-line coach.
Hey,
welcome,
he's
coach.
A paisan.
Yeah, man. So he was the former Pats O-line coach. So another guy that he brings along with him from New England. So okay, deal. He's another guy that followed McDaniels. And then Bo Hardigree.
Okay.
QB coach, former Patriots QB coach.
Oh my gosh.
So you know what I mean?
So it's going to be like Belichick and like the Seven Dwarves coaching the freaking Patriots next year.
Yeah, dude.
We took the whole staff.
We took a ton of their staff, man.
Oh my gosh,
and
that's badass.
and like what we said, I mean that's kudos to freaking McDaniels, man.
Dude.
So okay. So those are the New England Patriot hires that we brought into Las Vegas this year. So we're going to be talking about Patrick Graham.
Oh, let's go.
Patrick
That
Graham,
was my
man.
call out last week.
That was the call out last week.
That's my guy.
I mean,
I'm a ride or die for Patrick Graham.
The freaking defensive coordinator from the Giants comes over. He was actually a finalist for the Minnesota Vikings job, head coach job, the big boy job, and decided to make Las Vegas his home. And
Love it. Love
dude.
it.
And this guy, we talked about Mick Lombardi on the offensive side of the ball for red zone.
Yeah.
The Giants were 5th in the NFL in red zone defense last year.
No kidding.
5th. Where were the Raiders?
Oh gosh, probably 20th.
Dead last.
No way.
Dead
Seriously?
last. 32nd in the league.
Bro, we were that bad offensively and defensively in the red zone. You're
right.
right. We'd be 14-3.
Think about it. Think about it. When we were watching games, drinking Coors Lights, doing all that stuff, getting all pissed off, yelling at the television, because every time the opposing team made it inside the 20-yard line, it was a freaking touchdown. It was a touchdown.
Yeah.
I mean, it was almost a guarantee.
Unbelievable.
So bringing this guy in that knows how to defend red zone, okay, deal. Sign me up for that. So we're all super excited about that guy. And then we bring in Antonio Pierce.
Yeah, so I got mixed on this. So check this out. All right, so back in the day, and I didn't have time, again, we had pipes blowing up in the house here.
Okay.
I didn't have time today to pull or define the soundbite. I will for next week. Antonio Pierce, once upon a time, was a linebacker for the New York Giants.
Mm-hmm.
He ran we went into the Meadowlands, got blown out by like 40 against the Giants. This is in that Richard Seymour era.
Right.
And
it seems like every era since we get blown out on the East Coast.
Well, that's true. But I'll never forget him saying, and I'm paraphrasing, but he was like, I've never played in an NFL game and seen an offense quit like the Raiders quit on this day. We dominated them, we punked them, and they quit playing football. And it was like, and I was like, Mr. F. Antonio Pierce after
F that guy.
F that guy. But you know what, though? If he's willing to take a job now with the Las Vegas Raiders and knowing who he was as a player and that edge and that attitude, and if that's what he's going to bring to the coaching staff on defense, and especially let's effing go, man.
Yep, absolutely.
Like, I may feel a certain kind of way as a fan about him when he was on a player, but look he's on our squad now, so now he's one of our guys. Like, let's go, man. I'm all about it now.
Totally. I totally agree with that. And and a thing that I'm seeing, like a trend that I'm seeing, he's bringing in leaders on every different position, man.
Yeah.
Like, he's bringing in these leaders. So
big personalities, yeah.
So Antonio Pierce, obviously, we know him as but he's a former Super Bowl champion. He came from Arizona State. All that stuff. I mean, well, he was coaching at Arizona State before he came here.
Right.
But he was like the head coach at Arizona State. So we're bringing in all these guys that have like led full teams. You're bringing in all these guys.
What happened to Herm? Wasn't Herman Edwards the head coach at Arizona State?
I don't know. Was he? No, he was just Arizona.
You play to win the game.
I think it was just Arizona, wasn't it?
No, he was
it
Arizona State. Yeah, Sun Devils.
Well, that was 10, 15
I don't
years
know.
ago,
Dude, it was like 3 weeks ago.
Shit, I don't know. Well, Antonio Pierce had a cup of coffee with Arizona State as the head coach, and then came to play. Came to coach with the Raiders. Right. So then with jackass. So Chris Ash.
Let's not skate over my Herm Edwards impression. By the way, I'm proud of it. I don't even know how it came out on air.
No.
But inside my head, for a first attempt, I thought it was legit.
It was good, man. It was good. Here, I'll give you one of these.
Okay, thanks. Hey, all right. Thank you.
Yeah. Hell of an impersonation.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
You ready for the follow-up?
Okay, do it.
Hello. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you for that, Murph. And Chris Ash. We hired him as our DB coach. He came from the Jaguars, but he also easy
with that.
Well, he coached what's his name? Jalen Ramsey.
He did
turn him into a superstar.
Okay, fair enough.
You know what I mean?
Well, Jonathan Cyprien probably.
Absolutely.
So deep cuts there.
But he was a former Rutgers head coach.
Oh, nice, dude.
So they hired another head coach. So see the trend you're starting to see the trend and all that. So
Paul says it was like Caliendo was in the building.
Hey, no kidding, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I dig it. Good call out, Jeff. No, I love that. Yeah, absolutely.
So so then Jason Simmons, who we hired as a secondary coach, and this guy played in the NFL for a long time, I think a lot with the Texans and stuff like that.
Okay.
So and he was a safety. So every place that he's coached and stuff like that, he was a coach of the Panthers, I think, last year, and he primarily spent time with the safeties, which Aaron the Q-Dog Raider is going to love that because he's going to work with Abram.
Let's go.
And he's going to work going to work with Merrick and all that stuff. So we love that. Rob Ryan. Rob Ryan.
Let's give it up for Rob. Wait a minute. Not Rob Ryan.
Wait, hold on.
It's Uncle freaking Mosh.
Who is it?
Murph, Swag Jeff, and who's the third guy?
It's Rob Ryan.
It's Rob Ryan, Uncle Mosh. Look, if you don't follow us on the socials, and I don't have my phone,
or listen to or watch us on the YouTube.
Oh my gosh. Our Uncle Mosh is a 100% doppelganger for Rob Ryan. It is, and it's like people say that like, oh, he looks like this person or like that person, whatever.
Oh my gosh.
No, like Uncle Mosh, like same body type. They're the same age.
Yep.
They have the same hair.
Yep.
They have the same facial features. They wear Raider gear. Like,
yes.
Uncle Mosh, when we go to Vegas for the draft, I promise, I will have footage of us walking around and Uncle Mosh and people approaching him going, Coach, like, and ready to like him. Like, he already said he's going to practice Rob Ryan's autograph. Like, he absolutely will crush the idea. And we won't try to like fake people out, but maybe we will. But it's going to be beautiful because he really does. He looks dead on like
him. Well, and you know, and that's why we're excited to get him, honestly. I hope he does well. We hired him to be the senior defensive assistant coach, you know, so he's going to be working behind Patrick Graham. So pretty much, yeah, he'll be passing out orange slices on the sideline, you know. And that's cool. But yeah, we're excited because he looks like friggin' Uncle Mosh.
Uncle Mosh, man.
Yeah,
that's
Uncle Mosh just needs to grow his hair back out.
He's got to grow it back out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's mandatory now.
It's mandatory.
Mandatory. Like
He's
that's
got
short
to
hair.
do it.
No,
He's
sir.
got to do it.
Yep,
Absolutely.
Yep.
And you know, and I'm begging him to come to Vegas.
Oh, he's going to be there, dude. He'll do it.
He's going to be there.
Yeah,
he's going to
Mosh
be
in
there.
Vegas.
Yeah,
Mosh in Vegas.
I don't know why we're
Mosh in Vegas is the best Vegas.
All right. It kind of makes it creepy when we talk that low like that.
Hey, what are you doing?
If you haven't seen Uncle Mosh in Vegas, you need to do that.
You haven't seen it.
Oh my gosh.
There's like 7 people that have seen Mosh in Vegas. And no one's ever seen Mosh and Rob Ryan in Vegas at the same time.
And you never will.
Nope.
And you never will.
Nope.
So the last
right,
the last hire that I do want to talk about.
That was weird.
It was a really weird turn that we just took right there. Tom McMahon. Tom McMahon. Yeah. So we've hired him to replace Rich Bisaccia as the special teams coach.
So is he making his Royal Rumble appearance, or that was last week? So Tom McMahon. So what is that, like Tom O'Mac? Is that what we call him?
Is that what it is?
I don't know. I'm asking questions on here. I don't
know.
Yeah.
I don't know. He coached 16 years in the NFL, and he's been with teams such as the Chiefs, the Rams, the Colts, and most recently the Broncos. So he's got an inside take from the Chiefs and the Broncos. So we love that, and we love the inside information that he's going to bring, and he's got big shoes to fill. I will say that.
Absolutely.
And everyone's going to be...
You can't even fill them. They're so big you can't fill them.
You just can't fill them.
You can only hope to like freaking like halfway fill in for Coach Bisaccia, because huge void there. That's huge void. That's the loss that we probably won't come all the way back from. Good news though is that, like we talked about last week, we got 3 absolutely stud special teamers. So as long as they get the blocking and all that stuff taken care of, long snapping, field goal
it's an
kicking,
easy job for Tom to do. You know, it's not going to be difficult. We've got a pretty solid special teams, but as far as just in the locker room and stuff like that, I mean, you can't fill the shoes that Rich Bisaccia is leaving behind.
Amen.
You know, but I do want to give respect to another guy on the coaching staff that was
okay. We got more. Wow, there's a lot.
There's a lot.
Okay,
but this guy we're familiar with.
Okay,
it's Edgar Bennett, the wide receiver coach.
Oh, let's go, dude.
Yeah, so I wanted to give major respect to him because out of all the coaching changes and all the things that have happened within this organization over the last year and a half, whatever, he's the only guy that got retained. So he's been with the team.
It.
He's been with the team for a little while now. So, you know, and he did interview this offseason for the Bills offensive coordinator position. So he was a sought-after guy.
Okay.
You know, but he decided to stay with the silver and black, and they brought him back in. You know, they saw what he did with Hunter Renfrow this year.
Oh, my gosh.
And just,
even Zay Jones late in the year,
and Zay
man.
and all that stuff. Yeah, Bennett must have set his alarm clock to make sure he was at the facility first so Derek Carr could throw passes. Yeah, so thank you, Edgar. We appreciate that.
First in, last out guy.
First in, last out, man. Right. Absolutely. All right. So speaking of last, we're going to hit a break, and we are going to come back and talk a little more about coaches and stuff.
All right.
This is Raiders Fan Radio. I'm Brent Musburger, and I don't care who wins as long as it's the Raiders.
did the Patriots try to trade for Derek Carr last season?
I know nothing about any of that stuff.
Oh, that's the right answer, but it just shows how much you love Derek Carr.
Yeah. Derek, look, I'm excited about this. Derek and I had a chance to talk the other day, had a great conversation. I've competed against him a number of times in his career. He's done a lot of great things in this league, took this team to the playoffs, was super competitive all year long. And, now it's exciting to join forces here and see what we can do to put the best group around him.
I love the nucleus there. I mean, you got your quarterback, you got your running back, you got your tight end. I love Crosby,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How close do you feel? And you're in a very, very competitive division here. But
yeah, no question. Look, we have good players. And, in the National Football League, every year there's change. Every year there's roster construction that needs to take place, and this will be no different for us. I'm excited to partner with Dave Ziegler and in that process and try to improve this football team in every way that we can. But there's no doubt that they had a successful season. It didn't finish the way that anybody wants to finish. It happens for one of us out of 32, but. Getting to the postseason, 4 guys in the Pro Bowl here coming up this week. There's definitely some talented players on this team that we're going to get to know, and we're looking forward to that process.
All right, so guess what?
Okay.
For 2022, Mark Davis is going to be your owner.
Right.
Josh McDaniels is going to be your head coach, and Derek Carr is going to be your quarterback.
Okay.
Get over it, Raider fan. Derek Carr is going to be your quarterback. If you had any doubt, all you got to do is listen to that and know the amount of respect and, not only respect, well, what am I trying to say here? The respect and the value, we'll say that Josh McDaniels has for Derek Carr as a quarterback, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, and if anyone was, still doubting at the end of the regular season, like, what the hell's wrong with you? I mean, we saw a Derek Carr that we haven't seen maybe ever. This red-ass Derek, this pissed-off Derek that came in and freaking balled out. Plain and simple. The guy balled out the last month and a half of this season.
And before all the Gruden crap went down, he was on an MVP pace.
Totally.
Like, dude is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
Totally.
Early on until the garbage happened. And look.
But he was still top 5 in yards, whatever, at the end of the season and stuff like that.
Easy Hondo. But I mean.
Well, but seriously. Top 5 in that stat.
Right,
I'm not going to say he's a top 5 quarterback. Of course not. But,
Is he worth an extension for 2 years, Jeff?
Yes.
Yes. I think that's the answer.
I think that's the answer.
Because what else are we going to do? We're not going to trade. Look,
we're not going to trade him.
We're not trading for Deshaun Watson. Russell Wilson's not coming to save us.
No.
Aaron Rodgers ain't coming to save us.
Right.
There's nobody to draft. Josh McDaniels is not rolling into the head coaching role and going to rebuild this thing and draft some schmuck wherever from. He's not going to pull Zappy or whatever the guy's name is from Western Kentucky.
Right.
That ain't happening. Well, so easy with that, Raider fan. Look, you got to consider, I get it that you get frustrated with Derek. I do too. I understand you get frustrated with the fumbles. I do too. Understand you get frustrated with the turnovers. I do too. The lack of red zone efficiency. I do too. I get all that stuff. There's not an argument you can pose in criticism of Derek Carr that I would disagree with you on. But what I will pose to you is this. What else do you want?
Right.
Seriously, what's the alternative here? You got to consider that. What's the alternative? And when we talk about what the contract terms could look like over only 2 years, and that's truly, and I know he's had a prove-it deal for 8 years. Well, you look, he's going to have 2 more years to prove it. He's going to have 2 more years to build around him with a coaching staff that has faith in him. I'm going to say this, then I'm going to turn it over to you, Swag Jeff.
Okay.
I was asked a question earlier in some of our chats about how can you have faith or whatever. Look, I'll tell you this. As a Raider fan, I'm tired of being tired. All I can do is control my fandom and the passion to which I root for this football team in which I love and bleed silver and black. I can bitch about the quarterback, I can bitch about the owner, I can bitch about coach, I can bitch about anybody, and none of it's going to change. So I choose to root for the Raiders that are and not the Raiders that aren't. Okay? So what the Raiders that are is what they're faced with, this quarterback that's getting ready to play. And so look, man, like there is no savior coming to the team. So this is the best option that we have available to us. And despite all those criticisms, it's going to be Derek. That's going to be your guy. Like there's no way to move away from that in to where it would make sense. There's not another option that's glaring. And because if the argument is we'll start Marcus. Look, I know you love Marcus and I like Marcus
and
too,
I don't want him to start.
But that's not the answer. Like that's not, yeah, he wins at KC and like, yes, all those things. But that's not the consistent week in, week out answer. What's the consistent week in, week out answer? At least for now, it's freaking Derek. So you give him a couple more years, you see where it goes. Okay, so let me, this is what I meant to say. This is the first time since 2001, not even 2001, we can say we have a top-notch owner. Like, and that's not taking away from Al. That's not a shot at Al. But Al was making decisions, at least from our perspective as fans, that were starting to get like, whoa, like what was that? Like, what is, you know what I mean? Like it was starting to you didn't quite know the direction of the organization. It was a little volatile. It was all those things. We're starting to build. Mark is not that. Mark has got this team more valuable than it's ever been. It's got it more consistent than I'm going to say more consistent than it's ever been. More consistent than it's been in a long time. Front office, top notch. Best front office we've had since 2001. Because back in 2001, it was only just Al. And even despite those questionable decisions and things, it was still freaking Al Davis. So now we've got GM, assistant GM, like all the consistency that we have across the front office, best it's been since 01. Coaching staff. Historically, the best coaching staff we've ever had since 2001. Name me one better. It ain't Art Shell. It ain't Tom Walsh. It ain't Norv Turner. It ain't whoever. Like, you throw them all out there. This is it. Even Gruden had question marks. Gruden came out of the booth. Josh McDaniels ain't coming out of the booth. Josh McDaniels is coming out of the one most innovative offenses
in his prime
that the NFL has ever seen. So, and then you talk about the players and the nucleus of the team, the young, the youth, Max Crosby, Hunter Renfrow, Josh Jacobs, yes, even Derek Carr, and Colton Miller. Like, we could, Alec Ingold, like I could go on and on. We are healthier now than we maybe have ever been, and not ever been. Going back to 2001. So I implore you, Raider fan, like, I get the frustration around it. I totally understand, but like, have some faith. There's a lot to lock into that's positive now. And I know we find positivity every year, but right now, Jeff, I'm telling you, in terms of like, when you look at the sheet top to bottom, bro, it's healthier than it's been in 22 effing years.
I like it. I like when you rant.
Thanks, man.
I like it, man. I like it. You know, so
I love this shit, man.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you love the shit. But yeah, no, but I agree with you. You know, I think a lot of people were just wondering the dollar amount that we're looking at. Because
is that what we're talking about?
Yeah. We're talking about with Derek Carr paying this guy $35 to $40 million a year. And a lot of people, is he worth that? Is he worth that?
Right, because that's the narrative. $40 million, what's he done?
Yeah, but that's the way the NFL is going, man. Quarterbacks are just freaking getting paid.
And look, and I don't mean to jump in, I'll make the point quick.
Okay.
NFL contracts do not pay you for what you did. They pay you for what they think you're going to do.
Right.
Derrick Henry ran for a gabillion yards, and the Titans were like, not sure if we're going to pay him. Why? Because they don't know what he's going to do. You don't get rewarded for what you did. You get an advance on what they think you're going to do.
Right.
And it's an important distinction for us as fans to understand that they're not paying you. So if you say, Derek Carr only made 2 playoff appearances in the past 8 years. Yeah, I agree. But that's not why he's going to get paid. They're going to pay him because they think he's going to take them to the next level. Next year. It ain't about this last year. It's about the next year. That's why he's going to get paid.
Well, let's look at Josh McDaniels' coaching history. Let's see the people that he has coached and he has led. People like Tom Brady. Even this past season, Mac Jones. Those guys play similar games to Derek Carr. So this is what he's familiar with.
Yeah.
He's familiar with coaching this type of player. So if he feels comfortable and he's the guy, and clearly we heard on the Dan Patrick show that he wanted this guy last year, Okay. Well,
Yeah.
so he entered a great situation. He's got his guy. He thinks Derek Carr is the guy. He knows Derek Carr is his guy. So, okay, what are we bitching about? Let's do it. Let's do it. Why not?
I totally agree. And that's a great point there. That they wanted him last year. He wanted him last year. I would be willing to venture this, Raider Nation. Josh McDaniels does not make the move he does to the Raiders if Derek Carr isn't their quarterback. Yes, he made a move that coincided with Ziegler because that's his guy. They're best friends. If you got a job and you said, hey, come with me to this place, I'd probably go. You're my guy.
Right.
But point being, though, but if it's not a good situation, are you willing to put your reintroductory into the head coaching space at risk on a quarterback you're not so sure about? Hell no.
Right.
He's coming because he wants Derek
He wants
Carr.
to coach Derek.
The end. So when we look at the numbers, so $40 million, quote $40 million, but really we're only talking about $30 million because what they're looking at is 40 over 2 years or 40 times 2, but he's only getting 20 this year. That's the thing. So Raider Nation, you got to do that math. He's not going to get that $40 million price tag. He's going to get like a $33 million a year price tag, which is fair for Derek Carr for 2 years. The answer is yes. You defer the money, opens up cap space. And if for those of you that are like, oh, we got to sign Max Crosby, we got to sign Hunter Renfrow, we got to sign blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I get it. We got to sign a lot of guys. I got a freaking list here. Here's who we got to sign. Well, or maybe, whatever. But here's the expiring contracts. Alec Engel, Brandon Parker, Casey Hayward, Darius Philon, Deshaun Jackson, Gerald McCoy, Jonathan Hankins, Keyshawn Nixon, KJ Wright, Marcus Mariota, Markel Lee, Nicholas Morrow, Quentin Jefferson, Richie Incognito, Solomon Thomas, and Zay Jones. Guess what? They can sign Derek to $40 million a year and sign everybody on here and Devontae Adams and have room because we're going to have like $55 million.
Yeah.
So save me the freaking money argument. It ain't yours to spend anyways. God dang it, Jeff. Fiery tonight, bro.
There he is, baiting, looking. He's under the gun. He's caught, he throws. It is. He caught it.
For the record, I did not say sign Brandon Parker.
Yeah, please don't.
No, I'm just saying that was a list of expiring contracts.
Yeah, and some of those will expire, and we'll just let them go bad, and then we'll just move along.
And they'll go play for the Oakland
Don't sign
Invaders.
Brandon Parker. Just save that little bit extra money and have Marcus be your third down option quarterback. That's what I want, man. That's what I want. I want him to be Taysom Hill of the Raiders.
Applaud yourself.
That's all I want. I don't want him to start, but I want him to have a specific role on this team. And you know what? I think Josh is going to do it. I think McDaniels is going to do it, man, because he's innovative. He likes to create. He likes to do different. He knows what this new NFL is turning into, and you have to have that dual threat at some point. And Derek does have some speed. He's got a little bit of wheels when he needs to turn it on, but he
ain't got Marcus wheels.
He ain't got Marcus wheels, and so so we saw like a tiny taste of that in one of the last games of the regular season when you saw Marcus throw the ball. We're like, oh my gosh, like we've been begging for that all year long. Put him back there.
Because it ain't like he can't throw.
No,
is he an elite passer? No, but he's still an NFL quarterback.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he still hit Delaney Walker.
100%.
So why can't he hit Darren Waller?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
totally. So we are in the Sea of Fans mailbag, or the Sea of Fan mailbag, because we don't have a whole lot of stuff to get to tonight.
The Sea of Fan.
Yeah, that's the Sea of Fan, man. So we've got some emails.
All right.
So if you would like to email the show and email us an indefinite number of times, you will become a made man or a made woman on Raiders Fan Radio. And you can email us at show@RaidersFanRadio.com, the very inventive name that we created here at Raiders Fan Radio. And so we have a few emails tonight.
All right, Jeff, who we got?
Hello, RFR family. Well, another season has come and gone, and can't we be glad about that we didn't have to see Mahomes' brother doing a stupid TikTok on the sidelines of the Super Bowl yet again. The game went down to the wire, and the halftime show was incredible. Now we look to the draft where our beloved Raiders, what should we do in the draft? I think free agency is going to tell us a lot about where we focus come draft day. The free agent I would love to see in silver and black is Davante Adams. First off, he is a beast, and he'll be catching balls from his from his college quarterback. This duo would be a lethal combo for sure. What does the panel think? Yours truly, Daniel Mangus, Proud Made Man, Gemini Award winner, Sore Loser Award winner. P.S. I'm working on going to the draft in April, so fingers crossed I can make it. Go Raiders! Good job, Daniel. Good job, Daniel. And yeah, no, I agree with that. I'm still hoping for Davante Adams, man. I'm still hoping for that. Oh my gosh, yeah. And what a hell of a shot you got there, pal. Cool? Oh my gosh. If you're listening on the audio podcast, Murph has got a close up on Swag Jeff in the fan cam. All right, so we're going to keep it in the family here with this next email.
Oh, is it Matthew Mangus?
Well, yeah. Hello, RFR family. Well, here we are. The Super Bowl is come and gone. He's plagiarizing.
Oh, no.
This is what you do. Okay, let's start this over. So Daniel Mangus says, hello, RFR family. Well, another season has come and gone. Matthew Mangus. Hello, RFR family. Well, here we are. The Super Bowl has come and gone. That's like when you copy your buddy and you have to change a couple words around in high school.
So Mosh is right. Like, are they like the same person?
They might be. Well, either that or they're just sitting right next to each other typing it. And the Raiders still haven't played in the big game. But this isn't your typical Raider offseason. We finally have direction and an owner who has his eye on the prize. But before we explain what Mark Davis has done, let's flash back to 2011. Al Davis is gone. Raider Nation is shaken to the core as the Maverick joins Gene Upshaw and the other Raider greats at the Rainbow Bridge. Mark Davis was unknown at the time, but took over as the new owner of the Raiders. In the 11 years since he's taken over, he's increased the value of the team, got us a brand new state-of-the-art practice facility, and the Death Star. True, the product on the field hasn't been the best, only 2 playoff runs in the last 11 years, but the future is so bright I've got to wear shades. McDaniels is the perfect hire for Derek Carr, and I fully believe he can keep Carr playing consistent football year to year, and that's all I want to see. Now for the hard part, that is his contract. Depending on who you ask, we have a top 5 to top 15 quarterback going into the last year of his contract. Do we keep the base the same and backload it so we can fork out some cash now? I fully believe he's earned a new deal and a pay raise, but I would rather get the deal done now than have him ball out and cost more. I have full confidence in our front office and their ability to make the right decision. Yours truly, Matthew Mangus, Proud Main Man, Gemini Award winner, protector of the Godfather's chair.
Oh, let's go.
I like that one.
That's very cool.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So thank you, Mangus, guys, for getting a couple emails in.
Absolutely.
And now we've got an email from our buddy over across the pond, man. Evening, everybody.
Hey, Paul.
Yeah, evening, everyone. I hope you're all well. There's only one place to start this week's email. Clifford Branch Jr.
Come on.
Cliff played his last game for the Raiders in 1986, which I believe made him eligible for Canton in 1991. Only the Hall of Fame committee will be able to answer the question as to why it took him so long to get inducted. Personally, I hope the shame keeps them awake at night. Cliff is arguably the greatest Raider ever, greatest ever wide receiver, and is now in his rightful place amongst the great and the good. We can look forward to another special night later in the year when his family can pay their respects and tell the rest of the world what we've known all along. The campaign must now turn to another deserving Raider that needs to be recognized, and my hope is what next year will bring to him. Foo, Dave Dalby, and my personal GOAT, the Judge.
Lester, let's go.
They need to wear the gold jackets.
Amen.
Elsewhere, the Super Bowl was okay. Nothing special, but it was nice to watch one of the first in the last 3 years. I thought the Bengals were going to steal it in the end, but their weak O-line and Cooper Kupp proved to be too much for them. The Rams didn't do anything special until the last drive of the game. In fact, once OBJ picked up his injury, they looked void of ideas and confused as Andy Reid at a salad bar. But special players will always come through and do special things, and Kupp and Aaron Donald did what they had to do in the end. Funny how they filled their roster with star names, but the guys that mattered in the end were both drafted. I was getting ready to watch the game, food and drink, and all the usual stuff when I heard this sonic boom come from somewhere out west. I couldn't make it out as to what it was, but then I checked my Twitter feed, and the news was coming through about DC's contract extension. Suddenly, it all made sense, and I realized the noise was half of Raider Nation exploding with anger. The week before we went on a 4-game winning streak, I said I wouldn't extend DC 4. And I still wouldn't if there was another viable alternative, but there is not one. There's no quarterbacks in this draft this year, and there is no reasonable trades on offer either. None that wouldn't require us to give up a mountain of draft capital anyway. So the sensible approach from everybody is to extend his current deal as team friendly as possible, though nothing stupid, and move forward. We went through a period last year where the middle ground eroded with DC, and it was either for or against him. I feel like that middle ground is back, and that's where I find myself right now. An awful lot of the nation wants him gone, but I'm still not seeing that as a sensible, constructive alternative. So I'll love him and support him as always, as long as he's wearing that jersey and the shield. In my best Terrell Owens voice, that's my quarterback.
Let's go!
That's my quarterback. So now the season is out of the way, the real work starts for Coach McDaniels. We're a little over 2 weeks away from the Combine and about a month away from free agency. In particular, this year, the free agency period is going to be huge for us, and as ever, will dictate which direction we will take in the draft. So there will be the usual amount of mock drafts and discussions galore on who's available. The excitement and anticipation is fantastic. Everyone likes to see the star names, but I really don't care about that as long as they fit the system. That's what matters to me. I want us to be aggressive, balanced, and consistent. I do think there will be some surprises along the way, and one or two established names could be moved on. For example, can we trust Jonathan Abrams' shoulder anymore? If we're playing in more of a 3-4 defense, will it be worth it holding on to Yannick Ngakoue? Will a new system suit Corey Littleton? One or more interesting ideas I heard the other day was should we move Colt Miller over to right tackle and look for a new left tackle as it's an easier search?
I'm going to go with a no on that.
Yeah, I don't think so. But good point, Paul.
Yes, no doubt.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. So there are a few more questions than answers right now. We're all shooting in the dark in the minute as none of us know how McDaniels and Ziegler are going to approach things. Are they on their way, or are they going down the Patriots West route, or are they going themselves and doing it their own way? McDaniel said in his recent press conference that one thing he regretted back when he was in Denver was that he wasn't himself. He was trying to be a mini-me of Belichick. He has the perfect chance now to be himself. While I'm on that, I still keep reading there are concerns over his record at the Donkeys. Don't let it concern you, folks. He took them through 2 years of trash, and that's a positive thing, as good as a Purple Heart for me. I'm still sad to see the back of another season, and I'm desperately trying hard not to look at the calendar to see how many days we are away from August. I do love this time of year when everyone is back at 0-0 and we're all plotting our way again to 17-0. Silly rumor season has started for sure. One account on Twitter suggested that the Packers will be willing to spend $45 million on Aaron Rodgers and $35 million on Devontae Adams. That should leave 15 players left on their roster once they've blown it all up for that amount of salary cap. That has to be a rumor, doesn't it? Stay tuned, folks. It's about to get really busy in Vegas. Stay safe, RFR family. Love you, Raider Nation. His Lordship, the Royal Scribe, Paul Edgerton, Shropshire, Mississippi, Pauly Award winner 2019, Foggy Glasses Award winner 2020, BRT Sizzler scorekeeper, proud made man, five-time plus one winner of the Raiders Fan Radio BRT Sizzler Award.
Wow, let's go, Paul. Phew. You okay, Swaggo?
You know what? I read that like a effing boss.
You rocked that email.
I've been working on my reading skills, and I didn't have any Jim Beam tonight. And it's just, it makes it so much easier to get through these things.
When
man.
you don't have a swollen tongue, it's not bad. And
Holy
so,
cow.
but hey, listen, much respect to Paul there.
His
Paul
emails are always just perfection.
Paul is the freaking capo of the emailers, and we appreciate him each and every week. And thank you to Paul, and thank you for the Menguses for their great emails, and we celebrate you. And Paul always shows up in the chat room. And Paul, it's like wintertime here, and so Paul is in Shropshire, UK. So it's like spring, and like we're at nighttime, and so it's like what, lunch?
Yeah, it's got or brunch maybe.
Yeah, it's like brunch.
Yeah, because I think as soon as
or
we
it's
start,
4 in the morning. I don't know.
I don't know. Paul, what time is it?
Paul,
what time is it, pal?
What time is it? And you know what? And listen, I'd be much. Was it reprieved? What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Whatever. It's this.
Paul! 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 Paul!
Paul.
Paul! 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 Paul!
I love the chat.
Paul! 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 Shit, Paul!
Paul, your name Paul?
Hello?
Paul.
Hello?
Paul.
I met him with Paul. Who? Paul.
Paul, yes, Paul.
Paul's not here. Hey, Paul. Paul!
Hi. I'm Paul.
Appreciate you, chat room. Aaron the Q-Dog Raider says, Swaggo be reading.
Hell yeah, bruh.
Kill Jada says, Paul.
And Paul says spring in 4 weeks. It's 1:35 a.m.
Oh, my God.
That ain't even close to lunch, bruh.
Because math, Paul. We don't do math or time zones around here. But appreciate you, Paul.
I normally wake up at 1:35 kind of hungry, too. So it's morning for me. Like, I'm ready for a little brunch.
Are you?
Hell yeah, man.
Get you a little mimosa, some little eggs Benny going on.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, that's nice. Let's go. Okay. All right, so let's go. So from the emails, where you can email us anytime at show@RaidersFanRadio.com. And if you email us an indefinite amount of times, you can become a made man or a made woman. Or you can call the show at 909-345-3346. That's 909-345-3346. That's the Raiders Fan Radio Hotline. It's open 24/7, except on the 8s because we do weather and traffic.
Oh my God!
But anyway, so call the Raiders Fan Radio Hotline at that number, and if we play your message 3 times on the air, you can become a made man or a made woman. And and we call this whole segment the Sea of Fans mailbag. But tonight we have one call, so it's the Sea of Fan mailbag tonight. One to reference. But of course, we have to kick it off with our capo. He is the leader of the made men and the made women. He is Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, and we love him so much, and we always respect and love to play his calls each and every week. So let's check in with our capo.
Greetings, Don Murph, Underboss Sonny, Consigliere Uncle Moss, Swag Jeff, Sergeant at Arms, the Big Raider Trucker, Ron the Mater Raider, Young Chili Dog from When the Universe Speaks, and Splatterhead McCann from Inebra Nation. The Super Bowl, it's now an afterthought. And the Rams, they're the new world champions. I only watched bits and pieces of the game. I mean, honestly, I had no rooting interest. I'm a Raider fan for life. So what in the hell does that mean to Raider Nation? A new hope. Outside of all-world defensive tackle, Aaron Donald, and a bona fide number 1 like Cooper Kupp, the Raiders are built very comparably to the 2020 Rams. Insert Josh McDaniels, Dan Ziegler, Patrick Graham, just to get us to the next level. Ideally, adding a number 1 wide receiver through free agency, and of course, offensive lineman through free agency, along with drafting a wideout in the first round, possibly an interior defender. But I really want to go wideout, and I'll explain that more later. Then going all defense with the remainder of the draft, starting in the middle and building outward, that might have us walking that line sooner than later to get that championship. Now, reports originating from Fan Nation indicate that Deshaun Watson has targeted the Vikings and the Buccaneers as destinations for his 2022 services. Now, I can give a frog's fat ass if that happens. The point is, Watson will not be receiving massages in Las Vegas as a Raider. DC4 will be our quarterback at least for the next couple of seasons, and it looks like he's going to be extended to somewhere around a $40 million per year, extension. It's just the cost of doing business. I mean, if anybody else wants to piss and moan about it, I mean, you can call me on the Big Raider Trucker hotline. You know the number. AB, yes, that AB, now a free agent, and has reportedly drawn interest from several NFL teams. Really? Now, ESPN analyst and former NFL executive Mike Tannenbaum suggests that one team should consider signing Brown, the Baltimore Ravens. Now, they don't have a number one wide receiver, and AB, and according to some reports, has been working out in the offseason with Lamar Jackson down in Florida. They clearly have a rapport together, and, you know, they could be a great tandem on Sundays. Look, where will Brown land? Who cares?
Yeah.
All I ask is that the Raiders get one last crack at his ass going across the middle.
Oh,
now, the Raiders' wide receiver depth was exposed last season after they lost Henry Ruggs, especially on 4th and everything in Cincinnati in the playoff game. USC standout Drake London, and isn't that the most porn star name ever? I digress. Will likely be gone whenever we go on the clock this coming draft. Per Seth Trackman of Yardbarker, yes, he's a Chiefs fan, predicts that Chris Olave from Ohio State University, who's a great route runner and an excellent fit for Josh McDaniels' offense, will be the pick. To the contrary, I suggest that the Raiders go back to the future and roll tide with Alabama wideout Jameson Williams. Now, standing 6'2" and 189 pounds and running a blazing 4.25 40, here's his scouting report. He has very good hands and he accepts the ball fluidly on most throws and is ready to make a play afterward. Makes catches in traffic and even going up over taller defenders with verticals and toughness that are above average. He is a monster with the ability to stretch the field vertically. And isn't that Raider football after all? Williams has, basically been Alabama's productive pass catcher, and he's also had 2 kickoff returns for touchdown. A slippery runner with an elusive set of foot skills. His footwork is, top-notch. He combines speed, balance, quickness, vision, and crisp cuts, and leaves defensive backs, basically standing in the dust. As a pass catcher that dominates at the start of the route tree, due to his explosiveness, this guy's yak is off the charts. He fits his own system and can, sift throughout oncoming traffic and explode through tiny creases and cutback lanes. He's an elite darting, stop-and-go accelerator.
Capo.
A high school standout track star who won the Missouri State Championship. So he's used to beating, people in the greater Kansas City area. I love it. Similar Crimson Tide standouts, that compare favorably would be, of course, Jerry Jeudy, although he's even more explosive. Silver linings. Former Giants linebacker Antonio Pierce, a Super Bowl winner, has just been hired as our next linebackers coach for the Silver and Black. Welcome to Raider Nation, baby. The hit list. Jackson Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, A.B., Roger Goodell, Jim Rome, Mike Wilbon, Jason Whitlock, Tyrone Boger, Gene Steratore, and Insurrectionist. Root.
Damn. That's great, man. He got my blood boiling talking about AB, man.
Oh, dude, right?
I'd love to catch that dude going down the middle of the field, man.
Oh, my gosh.
F that dude forever, man. He wouldn't need to take his jersey off if I was on the sideline. I'd knock that son of a bitch right off of him.
Oh, let's go, Swag.
Right off of him, dude.
Oh, let's go,
Oh, my gosh, man. You know what? And there's rumors that him and Kanye West are trying to buy the Denver Broncos. Good. Do that.
Oh, please.
Put that, just dig them into the ground.
Oh, my gosh. That'd be beautiful. And Brittany and Jackson Mahomes, I hope, are part of that ownership group. All the, just put everybody that we can't stand. Just,
oh, my gosh.
Phillip Rivers.
Wouldn't that be great?
Just put, I hope Phillip is head of football operations.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, just hate them all.
Absolutely. Yeah. LaDainian Tomlinson is the running back coach. You know what I mean?
I hate LaDainian Tomlinson.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, my gosh. Kill this. It was the worst. Anyways, great stuff there from Capo, man. We appreciate you so very, very much, Capo, for holding it down. And we got one more to get to. Before I do, I think we might have missed this. I want to call out Ebony Graves with a $10 donation.
Yes.
She said, thanks for all prayers from our Raider family. Our daughter is making some progress. It's been a long month, but our faith is strong, and the force is strong in my family. Raiders!
Nice.
We appreciate you, Ebony.
Absolutely. And then Schmucky the Raider Bear also had a $10 donation. Says that he's not able to join all the time. I can't remember. He made a joke about being lost in the woods or something like that. Being the Raider Bear. So yeah, but a $10 donation from him as well.
Oh, thank you, Schmucky the Raider Bear.
Yeah.
And those of you that are on the YouTubes there, you can see us there. I got
fix his head, pal.
What? Oh.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, now give it a little shimmy.
Okay, here we go. Anyways, though, but appreciate you, Schmucky the Raider Bear, and I appreciate you, Ebony Graves. Thank you so very, very much. And much prayers up for your daughter, and glad to hear that she's got a recovery in play. And same thing with Miss Libby, and same thing with Aunt Kathy, man. Like, we got a lot to pray for, and we are confident that those prayers are not unheard, and that the recoveries will be made. So we much respect and much love to all of you that are going through a thing. All right, next up, let's go to the Sea of Fan, because we got Capo, who's always in, but let's hear from Kill Jadis, and then we'll award our Sizzler Award.
Well, things are looking up for us. We're getting a solid coaching staff. It's too bad Associate isn't with us anymore, but out of everything, I think we are having a good off season so far.
Too many Patriots. What? There are too many former Patriot coaches on our coaching staff.
Why is that so bad?
I get the feeling we are trying to copy the Patriot blueprint, and I don't like that. Several teams have tried to copy and paste what the Patriots did to be successful, and they all failed miserably. Do you know why they all failed? Because none of those teams had Bill Belichick. We need to have our own way, the Raider way. Hopefully McDaniels can create our own blueprint for success instead of trying to copy and paste the Patriot way.
Well, geez, Kill Jadis, just give the guys a chance to work first.
I am giving them a chance, but I still have the right to be skeptical.
Oh, cheer up, will you? Hey, guess who's our new senior defensive assistant? It's someone we all know and love.
We don't know
the new senior defensive assistant, Raider Fan Radio's own Uncle Mosh. That's right. I want to see everyone clapping their hands and applauding for Uncle Mosh. He's come a long way. Dude, he's got the guts. He's got the mind that'll make Julius Caesar jealous. And he's got the cojones that'll make Camp. What?
The Raiders hired Rob Ryan, not Uncle Mosh.
What?
You looked at the picture of the article, didn't you? And you didn't read the title. You didn't read the title, kind of like what happened on the 1st of February, didn't you? You made the same mistake again.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
My head and body still hurts from that day, you know.
Oh, give it a rest, will you? You got me out of a real pinch there, but don't get your ego up. Do you think R4 knows about the 1st of February? About what happened at the 1st of February?
Well, if they don't, all they have to do is go into their email, murph@RaidersFanRadio.com, and look at the email that we sent on the 1st of February. And after that, listen to the voicemail that you sent them.
Well, what if they already did? What if they already played the voicemail? And this is a follow-up to that voicemail.
Well, double the pleasure.
And double the Macho Man Raider Savage. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Nicely done.
Nice.
Good job, Kill Jadis. Oh my gosh, too funny. So I got his email. So I don't know why I missed it last show.
Okay.
Because we were taking time off and like all that stuff anyways. And so I missed it. And then now I'm like, well, it's been so long ago now, I'm not going to play it. So there, so you got that one.
Nice.
So yeah, anyways. But look, the good news is for you, Kill Jadis, is that you have a really high percentage of winning the Sizzler Award. So we award... What? You're supposed to tip me off on who's going to win it, Jeff.
I'm not. You just say your damn thing.
Let's do that again. You have a really high percentage chance of winning the Sizzler Award. So the Sizzler Award is what we award to the best emailer or phone caller of the week. And when Uncle Mosh is here, he awards the Sizzler Award. When Uncle Mosh is not here, it goes to Swag Jeff. Swag Jeff apparently already has his mind made up, and it's not Kill Jadis. And Kill Jadis, we love you. I'd have hold on, Kill Jadis. I had a picture. That freaking guy in number 6 over there, he's against you. He don't like you so much.
I freaking love Kill Jadis. What are you talking about?
Well, then why don't you give him a Sizzler Award?
Because it's not your damn job to do it tonight. Next week I won't show up and you give all the damn Sizzlers to Kill Jadis. Hey, I love Kill Jadis.
Why you gotta go that way?
Kill Jadis is one of my favorite.
Why you gotta threaten to take your ball and leave?
Well, I'm just saying, man. Let me do my damn job, and you sit over there and click your buttons and change your cameras like you do.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So Kill Jadis.
Can you tell it's the off-season around here?
Kill Jadis, yeah. Kill Jadis is one of my favorite calls every single week. Every time I see his name on the rundown, I get super excited. So let's run down these calls.
Okay, all right, let's do it.
So let's run them down.
You can do it on one hand.
Yeah. So we had Daniel Mangus send an email in. He just wants some Devontae Adams. That's really
go. I'm with him.
That's
Jared.
really what
I'm
he's
totally
talking about, and I'm all about it as well. Matthew Mangus's brother, who plagiarized part of the email with him, he said that he's good with Derek Carr's extension. He likes it. He wants it, and he's good with McDaniels. And then of course we heard from Paul. With an amazing email. Kill Jadis, who he's not in on just building the Patriots here in Las Vegas just yet. He wants to see them prove themselves, but he's excited to see Uncle Mosh on the sideline for sure.
And Fargo Raiders got his back. Fargo Raiders says, I can't subscribe to this nonsense. We are and always will be the Raiders, not anything West, because somebody said the West Patriots.
Absolutely.
So that's a fair point.
Absolutely. So tonight's Sizzler Award.
All right.
And we don't get to do this very often. We don't get to do this very
You're going to give a double that's not Kill Jadis.
No, I'm not going to. No. Okay. Just let's stop pissing on my damn parade and let me give away this effing award, okay? So, the winner of episode number 237's Raiders Fan Radio BRT Sizzler Award goes to Aaron the Q-Dog Raider.
I am the Sizzler.
You can't do that.
Yes, I can.
Sizzler.
Sizzler. Not that he doesn't deserve it.
Sizzler.
All right, hold on a minute.
Okay, let's do it.
It's not that he doesn't deserve it, but he deserves it every week because he's the capo. How do you give capo the Sizzler?
Aaron did her. Uncle Mosh did it a few weeks ago.
But that's different.
Well, I wanted to do it. I like this call. I like this call more than any of the other emails or calls of the night.
So you're just gonna crap on all everybody else.
This week, Murph is going to be giving away the Raiders Fan Radio BRT Sizzler Award. Murph, who do we have tonight?
I would vote for Capo.
Would you? Would you?
No.
Who would you vote for?
Because Capo gets it every week. There's a reason he's the Capo, because that's why we made him the Capo. That's why we named him.
Stop giving me the Italian hands.
That's why we named.
Stop giving me the damn Italian hands.
Look. There's no disrespect, but like this is
no disrespect, but you're totally wrong.
Well,
but you're stupid and wrong.
There's a reason. So like, okay, we give Capo. Capo's the Capo. He's elevated. He's ahead of the table. The BRT Sizzler Award. The reason it's named BRT for Big Raider Trucker is so it's in honor of him. He can't win it anymore. So you got to give it to those, because otherwise those same people would win it every week. Like it's okay that they would win it every week. But so it's just like a default that they're the best of the best. That's why Capo calls every week. You know what I mean? Like it's so like he would be at a minimum be in the running for it every week. So you give everybody else a chance to play.
Will you get off your damn soapbox, please?
I'm just saying.
You've done that enough tonight, and we were trying to go an hour 20 tonight, and we're an hour and 47.
All right.
So
all right, you pick who you want.
So this is what we're gonna do.
All right.
This is what we're gonna do.
You got to do what it's your thing.
It's my thing. So shut the hell up and let me do my thing. You damn jackass. So this week, Paul, you got your pen and paper out? Paul says that I can give the award to Capo. So, okay. So there you go. So Pineapple has a $10 donation. Says aloha, guys. Great show as always. It was until you put your damn nose in it, messed it all up.
Oh my gosh.
So Pineapple with a $10 donation, and then Kill Jadis says, "Okay, fine, but apologize by playing the voicemail I emailed next week." Swaggy, I'm not mad. I'm just very disappointed. Shut up, Kill Jadis, because you get a Sizzler too. So we're giving away 2 Sizzlers tonight on Raiders Fan Radio. So Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, you get a Sizzler. Kill Jadis, you get a Sizzler. There you go.
I am the Sizzler.
Sizzler.
Sizzler. We are Metallica, and we are here for your Oakland Raiders!
You know why we out here, and we ain't playing around today!
From The Walking Dead to errant Jedi Knights, Raiders fans are a rogues gallery.
Murph butts in on my job. Apparently Murph runs this fan cave. Paul says there is a yellow flag on that.
Okay, all right, fair enough. All right, so
under further review, we've decided that that the play stands.
Well, and Capo himself says, as a Sizzler ineligible emeritus, I accept Swaggy J's approval for Sizzler. All hail Big Raider Trucker. Okay, so listen, I'm willing to be overridden. It's a democracy up in here.
Good.
Okay, so Capo's got one, and Kill Jadis has got one. Congratulations.
And Kill Jadis says, Swaggy doesn't like Kill Jadis anymore. I gave you a damn Sizzler, Kill Jadis, and I love you, man. My gosh.
Storm says, put your Italian hands away was almost as funny as when Mosh beat Swag.
Yeah, because you're sitting there doing all this shit to me. What is this? You've been doing this all night. I don't know if it's because your pipe's busted and you're mad Italian guy and you just whatever, but you're doing all this.
I am fiery tonight.
Put your damn Italian. I almost swore. Put your damn Italian hands away, man.
Jeff, hey Jeff, I love you, man.
Yeah. Aaron the Q-Dog Raider says Swagger doing Swaggy J shit.
All right.
Damn right, Aaron.
All right, let's hit the music, man. Let's get out of here for the night. Thank you so much, everybody in the chat room tonight. Thank you for all of those of you that contributed tonight, and I'll leave it to Swag Jeff to shout you all out. Swag Jeff, you're the freaking best go. You and Uncle Mosh, you know I love you.
Well, yeah.
And we had a lot of fun in here tonight. And somebody asked, you guys are best friends? Yes, we absolutely are best friends.
Clearly.
We're not fighting.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, so appreciate you, Raider Nation, man. We love you guys so very, very much. So, hey, check it out. Find us out there at the draft. We're going to go every week here at Raiders Fan Radio on the YouTubes, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 Eastern, every night up until the draft before we take our break. But
email Uncle Mosh, or send him a tweet or something like that. Tell him to get his ass to Vegas for the draft.
Get his ass to Vegas, man.
Get his ass to the draft. So
let's go.
Thanks to everyone in the chat. Fargo Raiders, Storm, Tyrone Graves, Lee B, Kill Jadis, love you, bro. Raider Gears and Threads, Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, Schmucky the Raider Bear, Paul, Lee B, Storm, Tyrone Graves, Ebony Graves, Ron the Mater Raider, thanks for holding it down tonight, pal. Pineapple is in there, Fargo, Foxy Scorpio with a $5 donation, says you two are like an old married couple. F&A right, man. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Hey, you want to talk about something? We raised $150 tonight.
Let's go,
$150 tonight. Bro. We didn't give a damn thing away, but we got to see, you guys got to see firsthand why Murph and I need to go to counseling. So thanks to everyone for joining us for another fantastic episode of Raiders Fan Radio. Thanks for tuning in. We love you guys. Find us everywhere you listen to your podcast. The YouTube every Wednesday night, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Let's not forget, folks, what happens in Vegas started in Oakland. Just ask Virginia Madden. You know what I'm talking about?
Bro. Nice. Good pull.
Absolutely. Good night, folks. We love you. See you next week. See you. Bye.
Get on YouTube.
Goodbye.